Hello, this is Dr. Lecia, Dr. Lecia Simmons. I'm here on the campus of my alma mater and where I actually teach now. And I was thinking about all of the great memories I experienced here. Lots of amazing memories here on the campus. And I wanted to just take a few minutes to talk about my new book that's attached to the belief or the thought about memories. And sometimes some of the places we've gone or some of the places we've been, we don't necessarily always have great memories because those places bring back flashbacks of bad experiences and things that have happened that have not been just good memories. And when that happens, it impacts our future. And so one of the books that I am working on now is called Shakin Dust, Meditations on Transition. And it, I guess, was inspired by the biblical story from the gospel where Jesus sent the disciples and he sent them out after a little bit of training of telling people the good news that he was, the kingdom of God had come on earth. And Jesus told them, if you're rejected, if your message is rejected, if you are not received, then leave that site, shake the dust off your feet, and tactically keep it moving. And so often in life, when we have rejection and there are times of offense, we keep that, we hold on to it. We do not shake the dust off our feet, and it becomes a residue, it becomes a stain on our life, and it hinders us from accomplishing what God is calling us to do. But with the disciples, Jesus said, you got work ahead of you. There are other things for you to do for the kingdom. You have to keep spreading the message. And of course, that's my reading and interpretation of what we don't see in the text. But essentially, Jesus is saying, you got to keep moving. You have to keep moving. You have to keep doing what it is that God is calling you to do. And so with Shakin Dust, Meditations on Transition, I will share a lot of my experiences of rejection, of being in the middle of a situation, not the beginning, not the ending, but being in the middle of the situation and being in a time of transition. And if you hold on to all the residue and all the failure and all the fear and anxiety of those middle seasons, then you never get to the end of the matter. You never get to the wealthy or the healthy place. And so I'm glad I was able to share this with you. I'm in one of the rocking chairs. For those of you who are aware of the campus, you've seen there's a fountain that's a notable fountain that's a part of the campus community. But just sitting here thinking about all the good times I had on this campus, all the good experiences I had on this campus. And when I started to think about, those bad times, there were a couple bad times because there were times I had to come to this building and go to the cashier's office and I didn't have what I needed for school. But I think it was there where my faith began to increase, and I had to learn who God was and had to learn what faith was on my own, because I was a teenager needing to make adult decisions and needing to decide how my time in school would go, if I could stay. And I remember having to make a lot of adult decisions. And I realized at some point in time, I could hold on to the anxiety of being there at the cashier's office and not having what I needed, or I could shake the dust of that moment and say, God provided. And I think that has been how my faith